Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, home of the Maryland Terrapins. Fans have been eager for this clash coming up in what some affectionately refer to as the Snake Pit. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Maryland Terrapins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Terrapins will kick it off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So USC's offense will start this game off. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Now on second down after the good first down run. Off play action. Pulls it in, it's Marks. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Stopped after making the catch. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
That quarterback was doing his best Houdini, escaping in the backfield, but the defense finally gets to him.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Second down now after the sack. Back to pass, it's Moss. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Feeling some heat. He's going to take off. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Terrapins offense will go to work for the first time today. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to...
And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. First down to start the drive after the break. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Grabbed behind the line, it's Hemby. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The completion short of the sticks, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. The Terrapins have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Maryland!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. They're bringing heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The Trojans send out the punt unit. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout. They bring the punter onto the field now. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Slips through the line. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. 1st down here for the offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Edwards. They're trying to get to it. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you got to bow up. Nice job on 1st down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Escapes trouble. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
So they put the field goal on the board, about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this 1st half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Give to the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Catch in the middle, it's Marks. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Throws to the wideout. And he makes the grab, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Scanning the field, it's Moss. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in College Park. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the shell.
And the Trojans will boot it away to start the second half. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. He wants to throw. And when your defense is performing like this, and the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
This play will be a big indication of whether this drive goes anywhere on 2nd and long from the 11. Handoff from the shotgun. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
And the Terrapins will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, that get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, then something can start to build.
To the air on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Hudson. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans. Well, well, well. Somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Coastal Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there on the surf turf in Conway, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Louisiana. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Terrapins get it past the sticks. The offense set for a first down play. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Turns it on at midfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Terrapins want to pick up the tempo.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. After that last completion, it's second down. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Terrapins! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Oh, he wants it all. Caught at the 25. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Trojans. Lead in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but, man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Sends it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They're getting this guy lathered up. Plows through the defense. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. They'll put the tight end in motion. To the ground with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Discards a man. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The clock keeps going tick, 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 tick as the offense takes a knee inside. A minute to go in this one. Looking back on it, this game probably falls precisely into the definition of a trap game. Trap was set, sprung, and the underdogs come up with the win.
And that's why we go, you know what? I don't take your rankings. I'm not worried about your rankings. They don't matter to me. We're going to go out and beat this team. We're better than this team. A lot of time those rankings don't mean a lot to a lot of people, and you can tell it didn't mean a lot to this team, and that's why they came out and pulled the upset.
Absolutely, David. I mean, that's why you play the games. This team knew they had to come out. They were going to have to put their best foot forward in order to get the W. They did just that. They're talented.